Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, comment, like and share my videos. And in this video I'm gonna do this beautiful net bag. For this one I've started up at the bottom and I have used a double crochet stitch here, and I went up on top, and then I've made this handle here. So let's begin. Okay, so for this particular net bag I've chained up 35 here, and I have used my 3.5 mm of hook. This is my 3.5 mm of hook, 3.5, and let's chain up 35 here. So I have a slip knot and chain up 35. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 33 34 and 35. So I have chained up my 35 here. Now I'm gonna do a double crochet. My first round will be a double crochet. So I'm gonna turn my work, we'll grab the yarn and we'll insert my hook into the fourth chain. So this is my first chain, this is my second chain, this is my third chain, and I'm going to insert my hook into this fourth chain. So yarn over and insert your hook into the fourth chain, grab your yarn and yarn over and pull it through 2 loops only, and yarn over and pull it through 2 loops only, and you're going to have your 2 double crochets here. Your chain 3 will count as your first double crochet, and this is your second double crochet. Now again yarn over and insert your hook into the same stitch. So insert your hook into that same chain and grab your yarn over and pull it through your yarn through 2 loops only, and yarn over and pull it through 2 loops, and you're going to have your 3 double crochets. Now yarn over and have a double crochet into your next chain, yarn over and have your double crochet into your next chain, yarn over and have your double crochet into your next chain, and we are going to have our 1 double crochet into our each chain until the second last chain, until the second last one. Not on the last one. I'm going to come up back and will tell you what to do on the last stitch, on the last chain. But here we're going to have 1 double crochet into each chain, and you're going to have 33 of your double crochets until second last chain. In total you're going to have 33 double crochets. Okay, so I have done my 33 double crochets here. 33 double crochets are done, and I'm left with my last stitch here. So for the last stitch we are going to do 1 double crochet in that stitch, and we're going to do another 3 double crochet into the same stitch. So it's 1 2 and 3. So remember, we have done our 33 double crochets on this side, and then on the last stitch we have done 4 double crochets, 1 for its own and then another 3 extra, so that we can build up our circle here. Now turn your work, chain, yarn over and insert your hook into your first stitch from the next side, the first stitch from your next side, and grab your yarn, make a double crochet here. So remember, we have done our 33 double crochets here, and then the last stitch we have done our another 4 double crochets, so it's total of 37 double crochets, and this is my 38th double crochet. And into the next stitch another double crochet. So that's gonna be my 39 double crochet. Now I'm gonna do double crochets into each stitch here, and until this one, until this second stitch, I'm gonna do my 68 double crochets, and into this last stitch I'm gonna do another 2 double crochets, and that will make my 70 double crochets. So I'm gonna meet you at the end of here, where I'm gonna do my 68th double crochet and then another 2 double crochets, and then I'm gonna join my work and I'll do it later on. So do 1 double crochets on each stitch on this side as well, and then I'm gonna meet you at this stitch at 68th stitch. Okay, now I've done my 68 stitches, and my 68th stitch came up here, and I'm gonna work on this last stitch now. So yarn over and insert your hook into that last stitch and have your double crochet. So grab your yarn over and pull it through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull it through 2 loops. Now again yarn over and insert your hook into the same stitch and grab your yarn and make a double crochet, and this is going to count as your 70th double crochet. So all together you have 70 double crochets here. Now count from here. This is your first chain, 1, 2 and 3. So it's 1, 2 and 3, and we're going to insert our hook into this third chain. So this is your third chain. I've inserted my hook into my third chain. Grab your yarn and make a slip stitch here, and that's it. You're gonna have 70 double crochets here. For now, round 2, we are gonna chain up 2 here. 1, 2, sorry, we are gonna chain up 3 here. 1, 2 and 3, and this 3 chain is gonna count as our 1 double crochet. Again chain up for 1 more. So in total you're gonna chain up 4. 3 chains will count as a double crochet, and chain 1 will count as chain 1. Leave your second stitch here. This is your first stitch. Leave your second stitch here, and into this third stitch make a double crochet. That's it. And now yarn over, make a double crochet here like this, chain 1, and again leave your next stitch, which is your 4th stitch, and insert your hook into your 5th stitch. So insert your hook into that one and make a double crochet here. Again chain 1, leave your next stitch and insert your hook into your then after a next stitch. So yarn over, I'm going to leave the next stitch and I'm going to insert my hook into this stitch, and we'll make a double crochet. Again chain 1, leave the next stitch and insert your hook into the next stitch, and you're going to repeat this one. So just leave your next stitch and insert your hook into the next stitch and make a double crochet, and then chain 1, then again leave this stitch and into the next stitch make a double crochet and a chain 1, leave another stitch and then make a double crochet and a chain 1, and you're gonna do it all the way around, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. Okay, so far I've done this. Now I have made 34 double crochets and this chain once. So 34 double crochets and a 1, so 34 chains as well. So 34 double crochets and 34 chains, and I'm gonna do my last stitch here. So to end here, as I have done my this last double crochet and chain 1, I'm gonna yarn over, will leave my this stitch, the next stitch, and will insert my hook into the next stitch and will do my double crochet, and that's gonna be my 35th double crochet, and I'm gonna just do a double crochet like this and chain 1. That's it. This is my 35th chain 1. Now I'm gonna leave this stitch, and as you can see that I've been ending up here, I'm gonna I'm going to insert my hook into the third chain. So count your first, second, and third chain. So this is my first, second, and third chain. I'm going to insert my hook into the third chain. And we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. That's it. That's it. And so far we have done our 2 rounds. First round we have done our 70 double crochets, and then to the second round we have done our 35 double crochets and 35 chains. So 1 double crochet and chain 1. Into the round 2 we are gonna repeat our, into the round 3 we are gonna repeat our round 2. So for that one, let's chain up 4 here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And leave this space, this chain 1 space, and when you have your double crochet, yarn over and make a double crochet into that stitch. Again, chain 1 and do a double crochet into that double crochet stitch from the last row. Chain 1, leave this space and do your double crochet. Chain 1, again do a double crochet into the next double crochet. Chain 1, leave this chain 1 and do a double crochet into the next double crochet stitch, and you're gonna do exact same thing until the end, and I'm gonna meet you at the end here. Okay, at the end of round 3 I've already done my 34 double crochets and chain 1. Now this is my 35th double crochet, my last double crochet, and I'm gonna chain 1 and I'm gonna join my work here. So count 1, 2, and 3, my third chain, and I'm gonna insert my hook into my third chain. And we'll close my work, and that's it. It is done. My round 3 is done, and we are gonna repeat the same pattern onto the top. Now here I have taken my in total I have taken 15 rows, but my first row is this double crochet, and then I have made this this net design. So from round 2 to round 14, this is my net design, and on round 15 I have made this single crochet on each stitch. So let's do, as we have done our 3 rounds here, so as we have already done our 3 rounds here, let's do another 11 rounds. So you're gonna have another 11 rows here on top, so you're gonna have total of 14, and then for the 15th one I'm gonna come up and will tell you how to do the 14th round. Okay, so I have done my round 14 here, and I'm here at my last stitch. So I'm gonna just yarn over and we'll make a double crochet here and chain 1, and I'm gonna insert my hook into chain 3 to finish up this round. So 1, 2, and 3, and that's it. This is my chain 3. Grab the yarn and make a slip stitch here, and that's it. My round 14 is done. Now for the round 15, chain up 1 and do a single crochet. So I'm going to do a single crochet into the next chain 1 space. So grab your yarn, you're gonna have 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and similarly on top of my double crochet I'm gonna do a single crochet here. Now again into chain 1 space I'm gonna do 1 single crochet, and on top of my double crochet I'm gonna do another single crochet, and I'm gonna repeat doing this. So on chain one space, I'm going to do my single crochet, and on top of my double crochet from the previous round, I'm going to do a single crochet, and I'm going to repeat all the way around, and I'm going to have 70 single crochets here. So just have your single crochets for round 15, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so I've done my 67 stitches here, and this is my 68, 69, and 70. And that's it, my 70 stitches are done. I'm going to insert my hook into the first chain. Now if you're finding it difficult, you can always put a stitch marker here to find out which one is your chain one and which one is your first stitch. And make a slip stitch here, and that's it. We're gonna tie up our work like this. Now I'm gonna leave this bag like this. Now we're gonna work on this band or handle. Now to do this handle, we're gonna need take your yarn, and we're gonna need to chain up 6. Now remember that we are gonna tie up our work here, so always leave a longer tail so that it will be easier for you to tie up your work. So leave a longer tail here and make a slip knot here, and make 6 chains. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 chains, and we are gonna do our 5 single crochets here. So insert your hook into your second stitch. So that's it. Yarn over and grab your yarn. I'm gonna have 2 loops. Yarn over and grab your yarn and pull it through 2 loops, and that is your first single crochet. Do your second single crochet, your third single crochet, your fourth single crochet, and your fifth single crochet. You're gonna have 5 single crochets because we have chained up 6 here. So we're gonna have our 5 single crochets, and this is our round 1. Chain up 1, turn your work, and for round 2 do a single crochet. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and our 5th and last single crochet for round 2. That's it. We are going to do 5 single crochets on each round and chain up 1, and for round 3 turn your work and do a single crochet, and we are going to do 40 lines, 40 rows for this particular band or handle. So we're going to need 40 rows here. So I've started up from here, and we're going to need 40 rows, and we will end up here, and we're going to need 2 sets of this bands or handle. So make another 38 rows. There are 2 rows, make another 38 rows, and then another band for another 40 rows of 5 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end of that. Okay, so here I have done my 2 sets of my handle, my 40 rows for my 5 single crochets, and both are done. Now we are going to tie up that too, and as you know that this is your first stitch, you have your first stitch here. So this is your first stitch. Now from here count 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So count your 8 stitches and insert your stitch marker into your 9th stitch, and then count another 5. So 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and insert your another stitch marker here, and we are going to put our first side of our band here, and our second side of the band will go here. So you have to count your 35th stitch. So this is your 35th stitch, and from 35th stitch count back your 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is your 9th stitch, and I have inserted my stitch marker into the 9th stitch, and another time 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. After another 5 stitches, we are going to make another stitch marker, and this is how we are going to insert our band or our handle. So let's do it. Now I'm going to insert my needle into this very first stitch marker stitch, which is my 9th stitch, and we'll grab my handle here, and I'm going to take this off. Similarly, I'm going to take this off as well, because I don't think it's going to need it. And that's it. Leave it like this. You already have your first stitch and your needle like this. Insert into your first stitch from here, and insert into your 9th stitch where you have your stitch marker. Just grab your needle like this, pull it tight. Similarly, insert your needle into the second stitch and into your 10th stitch from your bag, and put it like this, and pull your yarn a little bit tight so that it will be tight enough. Another time, insert your hook, your needle into your 3rd stitch, and here the 11th stitch. Tighten up your work. This is your 4th stitch, and this is your 12th stitch from your work. Tie up. And into your last stitch, tie up like this. If you feel that this is gonna be loosen up and it will come out, you can insert your needle like this into this chain 1 space. You can see that this is a chain 1. And insert your hook into the same 13th, insert your needle into the same 13th stitch, and grab it tight and make it tight, and that's it. No fuss, no mistakes, and it's perfect. And we have to tie up our loose ends, so just tie up this one, secure this one first, and insert your loose ends. That's it. I'm going to cut this later on. Similarly, for this one, make your handle like this. And we're going to do exact same thing So it will be like this, and I'm going to insert my needle into the first stitch from here where my stitch marker is. Now I'm removing the stitch markers so that you can understand. You can leave the stitch markers and weave your handle in, so it's gonna be all right. So that's it. It's gonna be in this way, and tie up your work just as we have done it before. So this is your first stitch from the work, and this is your first stitch from the handle, and I'm gonna insert into the first stitch again, and we'll insert into the first from here again, and we'll pull the thread so that it will be tight enough. And similarly, I'm going to insert into the second stitch here, into the second stitch, and we'll pull the yarn into the third, and here as well into the third, and we'll pull the yarn again, and into the last one. Now there will be a mess up like this, so insert your needle again into this chain one space. It will be tricky for you. Just insert in that one and into your last stitch, and that will make no fuss here, and that's it. And I'm gonna tie up this, and that's gonna be similarly here, as we have this our 35th stitch. So count again, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and you're gonna insert your stitch marker into this 9th stitch. 9 10 11 12 and 13. After 5 stitches you're gonna have your another, so that's gonna be your first part. Now here, as this is your first stitch, count from here, as this is your last stitch, count from here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, and this is your 9th. So insert your stitch marker here, and 9 10 11 12 and 13, and this is your another 5th stitch. And similarly insert your strip or your handle like this here, and I'm gonna meet you after attaching both of them and weaving the ends in. Now remember that this is the back portion of our work. Our front portion is this, so we are gonna turn our work, so, and we're gonna weave this first end in as well, and the last one as well, and I'm gonna weave the entire project in, and we'll meet you after that. Okay, so I have tied my ends in, and I'm gonna turn my work. That's it. Our bag is ready to use. The handle looks like this, and the bag is done. I hope you have liked my today's tutorial video, and if you like it, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.